Oh, wow. That is good. Very good. Let me turn down the music a bit. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. This goofy chat software doesn't actually have a preview. Back to the old days, or I would have a pop-out Twitch chat box. Zale. How do I make the chat thing pop out? How do I do this? There we go. Now I have a pop-out chat. Poop fart, poop fart. That is true. Good evening. Get to Fort Poop. Oh, we've been at Fort Poop. I cleaned that bitch up. Fuck you mean? I've been on for like an hour. No, more than that. I've been on for like 2 hours. You do like black people? What? That's crazy. That's good. How many viewers I got? I almost just got canceled. Oh no. Rant about the current state of anarchy. I've done that like 87 quintillion times, though, you know? Or is that the joke, the gag, the silliest? I'm always raging about it. It's true, though. My avid hatred for this state of the craft is highly justified. We'll fix this road up a little bit. Very good. What is it? We are listening to this playlist that I had constructed. There's the top secret link to my streamer playlist. When I'm not just playing Minecraft music on Spotify. I need to clean up this highway a little bit. Oh, real. FR, FR. What do you fucking think the chords are, dude? Look at my fucking screen. Give chords, like, dude, what the fuck you think? My X, Y, and Z are literally on my screen. You are blind. What version is it run? 1.6.4. Not 1.16.4, 1.6.4. It's crazy to think the server's like literally getting like 10 joins a day. That's wacky. Big numbers. We pull in big ass numbers. Ah. How did I remove them? I literally just logged in and broke them with an axe. Fuck you think? How did you break the sign? How do you think I broke the signs? I think you know how I broke the signs. He's on my stream, I think. I don't know. Yeah, he's on my stream for real. Who the fuck is not on my streams if you think about it? Like, I am the streamer. So we gotta do some brainstorming, y'all. How should we approach the process of finding players? Because it can't be, you know, like there's other streamers that run their little survival maps. There's no way that they don't, like, cause they're finding people. And we got people. But how do we get more people? You know? There's gotta be a way. How do we find normal, like, people who desire to play Minecraft? We're taking the scenic route here. Oh yes. Well, I mean, we already have manic episodes. Basically, I mean, that's just what announcements is. I just don't feel like I should be as obnoxious at everyone's as I used to be. And you know, because the server's only got like 50 members. It's not like it used to be where I could get away with spamming at everyone pings. You know, with a server with 1,000 members, 2,000 members. The times have changed. In the Crystal server. But see, here's the thing: is I want to like, I don't just want the server to like bandwagon or like piggyback on Crystal, because I want to like, you know, how do we find like organic new players that, you know, because it's like it just becomes ECME too if it's just entirely ECME players, which it is, and that's not a bad thing, but you know, I don't want that to be everything. There has to be more. Somebody made this tunnel long. We need the Alfheim Flower Highway. That's what we need. It can't be 29. Is that 29? That's not 29. That's not 29. Bro, I was perked out. What the fuck? How do I see how many viewers I have? Because I don't even know. Twitch, ePearl. Mute. Alright, holy fuck, dude. I'm actually popping off. Holy crap. That's crazy. I just wonder, how do I make my stream less fuzzy? Because, like, we're running 1080p or whatever. And it's not bad by any means, but it's not amazing. I want to have amazing, you know? I want to get amazing stream quality. Maybe I just gotta like up the bitrate or something. It's like the text is kind of fuzzy. Oh, I like how screwed up the chat is. That's silly. What server are you on? I'm on alfheim.pw. It is a 1.6.4 server. Yes. Come join, please. We love you all. I love you all. How to get chat to work? Chat. Chat box. How do I get the size of text? CSS text size. $40px. Is this sad? Oh yeah. The downfall of your computer. Yeah, that is indeed terrible. It is true information. April preview. Ah, that's looking good. Looking good. Wow. I do still... What you mean? Dude is on the ERP. Who gives a fuck about helmets? Chat's a lot better, yeah. I fixed the text size and all that. Why are you LARPing? For real. Thank you for the follow, Gez. Interesting name. How many players? We're at 6 players right now. The biggest 1.6 server ever. Large. Oh, so here's where it ends. The highway ends at negative 2,700. I'll deal with that later. The arrival. I'm gonna do some cleanup on all directions. I'll just fix the highway in all directions. Doing spawn cleanup duty. One second. I'm gonna do some... God damn, the mobs on here are annoying. Text align. Let's see how this works. You can spawn TP. It's a client thing. Chat box. Text align. Right. All right. How does that look? Somebody say something in chat so I can see how it aligns. If it aligns. Yeah, oh what the fuck? Why is it so small now? Yeah, okay, I don't know why it's so small. But it is what it is. Very nice. Alright, so we fixed positive X, negative Z. We gotta fix that. That's not looking good. What's the dealio here? What time is it? It's 12. Exactly 12. New 3? New player? No way. New player! Very nice. That is a lot of signs. I'll make a little bit of a tunnel. Why 1.6.4? I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. The newer versions, I'm just not a big fan of them. Does chat look small to you? I'm gonna size it up a little bit. Careful, this is gonna start spewing all over the place. Oh, come on! What did you expect? I don't know what he was in for. Oh, now it's enormous. Okay, so it's just being weird, like just randomly undoing the font size update. There we go. Maybe it should update now and show it correctly. I mean, Spawn's kind of already screwed up as it is. There's no reason to need to do more and screw it up worse, because it's not like we, like, I don't know, it's not like we have an anti-new player mentality here. Like, yeah, there's some players that do, but, like, at the end of the day, we're just trying to have a fun server with players on it. The whole, like, roleplay 2B2TO, we hate new players crap is just silly. That's FitMC roleplay. Dude, what, oh my god, like, do you, Gerard, do you just, like, live under a rock or something? I don't, like, come on, man. What's the dupe? How do you perform the dupe? Dude, you're asking, like, all the worst questions, dude. Boss bars crash notice. That is true. I forgot about that. What he looks like without it? I mean, I think, like, on my camera roll, I have a picture that's recent. Checked, or not recent, but old enough that he doesn't have it. Look in general on the ePro cord. The links are updated too, by the way. In my Twitch bio, the links is still there. But yeah, that's from, like, probably 2017. I mean, undoubtedly, Fit definitely bags multiple immense bitches, but, like, what the fuck did, like, do you think he ever is, like, just, like, mentioned, like, oh yeah, like, I play this server 2B2T, like, you think he ever actually would go and, like, nerd out about that shit? I don't think so. But I could picture it. He should go bagger now, because he doesn't even play Minecraft at this point. Dude shows up, like, once every 2 weeks. I mean, that's the thing, is like, the whole like 2B2T wedding thing has been done a quintillion times. The only really fun one was the 2019 one for whoever the fuck, like, there were, like, nobody even gave a shit who was actually like doing that. It was literally just a PvP event. He looks like he would freak it. Do you think Fit is a millionaire? Fuck no. I mean, like, yeah, probably max he's got like $1 million. But Minecraft doesn't exactly make you rich unless you're like Dream is probably like the only like really like breakthrough rich kind of fucking like Minecraft player. Like, yeah, there's been a few in the past, but you know, Fit's considered small shrimp still. Like, how much are his sweatshirts and like t-shirts and stuff? Like, run the prices. You can never know somebody's margins because it's like 50? Yeah, okay, yeah, then he's making a good amount. Because, yeah, like, sweatshirts, good sweatshirts are like, fuck, I don't know, like $20? Like $15 if you buy them in bulk, which he probably does. So yeah, I don't doubt he's making good money on them then. Because, yeah, I mean, that's like the kind of YouTuber thing, is like having the ability to get away with really overpricing your merch, but nonetheless people will buy it to support you. That's what I need to do, is I need to run merch because I'm poor as fuck, y'all. Like, I did blow the entire fucking like 10k I got. I'm down to like 200 bucks now. The average bipolar ePro loop: make a ton of money, spend it all, and then repeat the process. Find some new way to make short-term cash, blow it all, and then repeat. I mean, buying YouTuber merch, though, I don't know. That's kind of... I don't know. I feel weird about it, you know? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Because it's like, people don't get that they're all making brand deals. Like, they don't need your money. Somebody like Fit doesn't need your money. Too Mad definitely doesn't need your money. None of these people do. They're all very fucking rich. Gamer Sups pays through the teeth just in hopes of having somebody buy their shitty ass products. But yeah, they'll just straight up like give a YouTuber 10k, 20k. I think Yeah, like just to fucking like say, oh, I like your drink. Like that's crazy. I fucking wish I had the ability to just like couple days throughout or like couple times throughout the stream say, guys, what are you sipping on, guys? Y'all drinking something? Like, and then they get paid $10,000. That's fucking crazy. I'll never get there though. But I do miss the days of making a couple grand a month playing Minecraft, but it was like, it came down to like 3 people willing to pay my bills. It wasn't like I was making that kind of money, like split across multiple fans or whatever. It was like 3 people willing to just constantly spam me with donations. Why? Why would you do this? No, I'm talking about like streams. Like when I was playing 2B2T and I was getting like 100 viewers on streams, I was getting good donations back then. Like if I would have just stuck with that, I would have done well. But you know, I got sick of 2B because it went to crap, and I got burnt out because I don't want to be a guy who's like all of my stream is just flying around on 2B2T endlessly looking for bases. When 90% of the time elytras don't even work correctly. Because it just gets boring as fuck. But nonetheless, people would watch it, and it did really well. I probably would have like 200 viewers by now on average streams. I could be fucking partnered by now if I would have just kept doing it, but I didn't. What the fuck? Fuck out of here. But yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Oh my god, this guy did like the whole fucking way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what I would be doing if I got that far. There's got to be a way, though, to get, you know, a bigger active player base on here. 'Cause that's the thing, is if there was some kind of way to make this server get 50 players, imagine that, like, it would be so active. Like, everybody's so much closer to spawn on these versions. So, like, that many players, you'd have, like, at any given moment, there would be new bases popping up. People building shit like 10k out. Base hunting and shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's never gonna happen. That's the sad thing. It's just not possible. People don't even care about the new versions. Not enough people care about 1.6.4, and look at N-Crystal. Not enough people care about 1.18 or 1.19 or 1.17. Literally none of them. Nobody even cares about 2B2T right now. They don't even have a fucking priority queue. It's empty. Which, when 2B's priority queue is empty, that means something's really wrong. Fit's running out of content. Sal literally doesn't even play 2B at this point, I don't think. They're all throwing in the towel. Fit's the only guy not throwing in the towel because, you know, he wants to make his money. And Sal never looked at it as a career. So it's not like Sal has anything to lose because, you know, he's still doing his other shit. It's not like it is to Fit, because for Fit it pays the bills. But now nobody cares about 2B2T, you know? It's like who do you hear about anymore, like, actually, you know, whatever the word is. Like, you don't hear about normies talking about 2B2T anymore like it was in, like, that 2020, 2021 stage. Now it's like everybody's almost forgot about it. Fit can't just show up on SMPs because he's like, they don't know him anymore. He's not that 2B2T guy, the oldest Anarchy server guy. He's just any other no-name big YouTuber now. There's way too many of those. Like, you know, the people that get famous from a trend and then just kind of fade off. Yeah, Minecraft is kind of dead again. Nonetheless, I still have 15 viewers and I still have 6 players online, so it's not a complete fail. We're still doing good. Thing is, the population of the server is dependent on my streams, just like every other thing, like 2B and Crystal, all that, you know? When I log off, everybody else logs off. Yeah, Icy Backers. He's been active. That's really true. Yeah. The majority logs off though. That's the thing. It's like the people on End Crystal play for me, whereas like, you know, there's a small player base that, you know, actively plays, you know, for the sake of playing. That's what we need, is the organic growth of, like, actual genuine players. Last tower's done? Almost done. What's this? What is going on here with this wacky thingamabob? We gotta light this up, light that up, so we don't start getting a dangerously high mob count. Probably makes Minecraft happy though if they can get everyone to move to Bedrock. It just means more money. Yeah, I mean that's the point. That's what they're going for. I mean, the good thing is that at the end of the day, the way the game has been structured to be like a Java executable game rather than like Bedrock Edition, which is like a proprietary, like a proprietary thing that auto updates and like runs primarily through like cloud code and all that. You know, they can't take this away. If Minecraft fails as a game, they'll kill Bedrock Edition. They'll probably just shut down the game like they do everything else. The moment it starts to like dwindle, they'll just kill the game. They can't do that for these versions. They can break all the authentication servers. They can abruptly shut everything down, but they can't shut down a cracked server that's on a version so old that you don't even need the launcher to execute 1.6. You don't even need a launcher. You literally just get like 1.6.4 client.jar and then just fucking run it. And you've got 1.6. It's like Club Penguin. When they shut down Club Penguin, the majority, since the game was entirely written in Flash, people had re-engineered the game, downloaded all the Flash files, archived the game as it was, and then reverse engineered it, like reconstructing a new authentication system from scratch. And now you have Club Penguin private servers. Well, they've been around for a long time, but that's the thing. They kill the game, but then other servers open and still flourish because of the people that want to enjoy it. So the servers like this and servers like, you know, the fan-made stuff is never going to go away, no matter what happens to Microsoft, which is good. And that is reassuring. Why are skeletons so OP? I don't fucking know. The spawn rate, the vanilla spawn rate moment. That's what I don't like. Is modern Minecraft is just like so terrible with mobs and like mob management and AI and all that. That every anarchy server you see, it's like the render distance is like 5 max, maybe like 2 or 3 chunk render distance, and then like the mob cap is super fucking small. So it like comes as a surprise when you've got a server like this with 180 block render distance and natural vanilla spawn rates that aren't struggling. Like, yeah, literally you could just see like mobs everywhere, and then like hundreds of mobs start spawning when it turns to nighttime. That comes as a surprise to people that that's supposed to be normal. Yeah, it's not changing. Like, once they make a decision, they make a decision. They're not... Backlash doesn't matter to them because that's literally a player base that didn't pay them. That's a player base that paid Notch. The only people that you see complaining are people that have already owned the game for 8 years and aren't paying more money. Microsoft does not care about them. They care about the new younglings that are willing to pay for texture packs and pay for pre-built maps. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't blame them. Their money is made off of like 8-year-olds. That's the thing. That's the new business model, is like monetize people that like don't know any better. Which is depressing, but I mean that's this whole fucking, you know, subscription thing is like, once you make as much money as you can, move in on the people that they could just, you know, because that's the thing. Like, so did you guys hear about the situation with in 2015 there was like some company, I don't remember the name, but like your typical like Toys R Us like kids product brand, right? They're worth like $2 billion, and like V something, and so they'd make like the like kids cell phones, right? And it's like a thing where it connects to your Wi-Fi, and your parents can call you, and you can like search the safe like a special browser web and all that. Like they create like everything's parentalized, and it's like a like a fucking McDonald's toy kind of iPhone thing. It was made by the Chinese, and it was designed to not only be this kind of like, you know, parental cared for like cell phone, but it was spyware that would take that data, everything you send, and it would forward that to their database. So this like company was collecting millions and millions of like literal pictures of children whenever they turn their webcam on, and any footage they send, like videos to their parents, it would save that to the database. And they found in that database that not only was it the kids' names, it was the parents' names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, basically doxing their entire family tree, like for marketing. And somehow they didn't get sued into oblivion. Like, that information got leaked, and then they fucking charged the person that hacked the company who discovered that information. That guy got fucking arrested. And then it got shrugged off. Oh, you know, it happens, whatever. And now that's still a company that's selling children's webcams. Which is like, why would you even want to fucking buy like a children's webcam toy? Why don't buy that for your kids. There's no reason to buy that in the first place. Children don't need webcams. Like, what the fuck? And then it comes as no surprise that that was literally just like taking pictures of kids. Where the fuck do you think I'm going? I'm literally just making a fucking road outwards. God damn, Drar. But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, is when you get really fucking capitalistic people, and like, you know, this whole like greedy ass planet that needs more and more and more money. And for what? I just don't fucking know. I mean, it's not even like, I don't know. Capitalism isn't the problem. It's more so like all this fucking greedy ass people that like, that 5% of people that will just fuck everybody else over for just that little bit of extra money for a Ferrari. And especially in China. They want that money, and they've just got all these like different fucking rules where it's like, yeah, you can collect data on children. You can like, and they can collect a lot more data, and they've realized that, and they're happy with it, because it's like, well, you can, like, in the States, there's all sorts of rules around what you can and can't collect on people, and in Europe there's even more strict rules, like what you can collect on people. And then China's like the exact opposite. Like, fuck it, as long as you're like agreeing with the state and you provide that information you're collecting to the state, you can like test experimental software on kids and on other people. Like that. That's why TikTok is so like accurate, is because they designed their neural network in China on the average Chinese population, with like 100 times more observance on like controlling their phones and reading this information on people and their natural behavior, and then applying that logic that they had learned from the Chinese population into creating a United States version of the app that doesn't track as much, but already has built a very good understanding of the human brain. So they don't need that information on the American population. They have just enough sufficient information to continue on their research without it. Because they've just got like a little playground of Chinese people to test on prior. But then again, the whole world's like that, you know? Like World War II. Japan goes and literally tortures people and tests on humans. When they invade China, they start just killing people by the masses and quite literally testing new ways to inhumanely kill people with poisons and chemicals. And to let those people off the hook once the war ended,
They didn't punish the Japanese people. Instead, they bought that data. They're like, okay, we'll let you off. You killed all these people in really, really gruesome, fucked up ways. We'll let it go if you give us the data and the research that you had found. Because they can't do that in the States. But somebody just did it all for them. So now they've got this glorious information on chemical experiments on people. That's fucked up. But that's just the world we live in. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. Aside from just know it happened. Well, that's the way, though. It's like, you can't win because, there's not a lot we can really do about it. Like, yeah, it literally happened. Yeah, I mean, it's all in the history books. It's just, when you're in school, they teach you about how bad the Nazis were and how bad Germany was, and yes, they were. But they completely scoff over and ignore, like, I don't think I heard a single thing in school once about the Japanese. Like, to any like, you could ask anybody. I don't think, like, the only people that you really hear about Japan from is, like, American, like your grandparents. They'll know. Because that's the thing. The only reason I even know about what happened in Japan was because my grandfather on my dad's side was a first responder. So when the war ended, my grandpa was, like, dropped in China and in Japan after the bombs to go, like, see what the fuck happened and deal with it and do a count. So he saw, like, right after the bombs dropped, he saw all the really fucked up shit that happened in China firsthand. So he's got the story to bring back from it, and he told my dad, and now my dad told me. But you don't hear about it in school. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, the whole, like, Black Lives Matter riots and stuff, it really kind of fucked up the general, association with protests here in the States. It's frowned upon to protest now and to point these things out. Because now it's just associated with, oh, you're, like, it just comes off as cringy. Yeah, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with the Nazis. I'm not wording that in the way that, like, the Nazis did nothing wrong. Like, it's not a tinfoil hat thing, but it's just that you hear about what they did, but you don't hear about all the stuff that the entire, like, agreement between, like, the plans for mass extermination in the Middle East, the mass exterminations in China, and the mass exterminations in Europe. Because it was all, like, when the war started, they're like, okay, let's make an agreement. The Nazis are going to do this, Japan's going to do that. So Germany, Japan, and then there was some other country in the Middle East. I don't remember what it was, but they were like, okay, we're going to move in and just get rid of everything we hate. So there was 3 parts to that whole story. But that would just be weird. Like, I wonder what the world would be like if they had succeeded. Because then the Middle East would just be completely fucking different. Thousands of years of, like, what the fuck am I listening to? Thousands of years of, like, history just wiped off the books. Just disappeared. Entire, like, 50% of the globe just poof. That'd be fucking weird. Well, no, talking about like the plans for the Middle East and the plans for China. China's like a whatever it is, like China's like 10,000 years old. The Middle East has had like, you know, civil unrest for hundreds of thousands of years. Stuff like that. It's a big ass number. Because they've always been at war. The Middle East has always just been the grounds for the religious war. And so a lot of stuff is there, you know, like there's just so many civilizations that originated from the Middle East that we don't, you know, account for. A lot of artifacts there, a lot of like crazy shit there. Like there was like a some boat that was like 50,000 years old that was owned by like some king or something long ago, and it had it was on a lake. It was fucking huge, like basically a 50,000-year-old cruise ship. And God, this is so loud, dude. Fuck off. I'm literally gonna remove this Pokemon playlist because it literally just keeps on playing. Fuck. But yeah, so it went down to the bottom of the lake, and the water in the lake was at like a perfect certain type of circumstances that basically preserved the boat perfectly. So they went, like somebody went scuba diving, and I was like, holy shit, there's a boat down here. And so they took it apart piece by piece. They brought it up to land, and then they reconstructed it as like a perfect one-to-one copy. The original boat reconstructed in the modern era, and the Nazis lit it on fire. They fucking lit it on fire, and now it's just gone. That only example of it. And then when ISIS came in like 2005 or whatever, not like that, 2010 or something, they did the exact same thing. They're like, okay, after we invade, we're just going to destroy 20,000-year-old artifacts, 50,000-year-old artifacts. Let's just destroy everything. So they destroyed all sorts of stuff that had nothing to do with it. It's just, let's just destroy it because we can send a message that way. No regard for the actual, like, history of it. So it's not even just about the population and all that and the importance of, you know, the history and all that, but that when shit like that happens, a lot of stuff goes with it. They destroy everything in their path just to exterminate the very idea of something ever even existing, which is bad. Well, it's not Islamic terrorists, is what I guess the wording on that. But like, Islam isn't bad. It's the like radicalized ones that are the serious problem. There's nothing wrong with, you know, Muslims or anything like that. Like we don't call them radicalized Christians when you've got, like, you know, they've done a lot of fucked up shit. Like, literally every religion on the books has done some seriously fucked up shit. Destroyed a lot of stuff. Killed thousands, not even that, hundreds of thousands of people. But we don't, I don't think I've ever heard the thing of, like, radicalized Christians. That I don't know. That's what needs to be normalized. Yeah, my understanding of history is, like, far from spot on. A lot of it's just, like, random bits of knowledge scattered across a lot of random stuff, but I don't know. There's a lot of wacky shit that's happened. I wish I knew more about it. Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Is like the Quran, it's based on a really old version of Arabic, right? So there's no way to directly translate it, because there's so much terms and words that are kind of like iffy, like so that, you know, people stretch it any way they want, for better or for worse. You end up with 100 bazillion different ways it can be interpreted. It really kind of complicates things. Security cancer has been found multiple times in the CIA. Yikes. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, because it's like it's almost like astounding to think that it's never been a possibility that it could be cured. Because there's a lot of people on this planet and a lot of stuff going on. It had to have been written somewhere, figured out by somebody that didn't realize what they were looking at. There's probably been a lot of like solutions to a lot of problems that the person who thought them up didn't realize that what they're looking at, and just shrugged it off. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is as long as religions existed, it's been a opportunity for people to justify their beliefs. Like, oh, I don't like this, or oh, I don't like that. Okay, let's just like write some shit in there, or like figure out some way to interpret this the way we want it to, reflect our opinions. And then that just gets born into existence. And people take it for what it is. Because, I mean, like, the whole idea of, like, questioning your beliefs and all that, like, I don't think that's a sin. It's not. It shouldn't be a sin to ask questions and wonder and, all that. That's definitely something that, had been born in to make sure that people didn't ask any of the, in their opinion, wrong questions. It's a safety guard. It's like, oh, shit, man, your questions are getting a little bit too deep. Are you sure you're still a believer? What is the current song name? It is a enormous name. This is from there's my playlist, and there's that current song. But yeah, it's from like FitMC's playlist. A lot of the music that is in my playlist here is from Fit. Yeah, Fit's got some of the like amazing songs, and I don't think Fit's like there's literally nothing like wrong with Fit. It's just, it's like the Justin Bieber thing. Nobody really ever actually gave a shit about Justin Bieber. It was like at the time it's just the cool thing to hate on. The thing is, just like the mentality that 2B2T has. It's like a more raw form of just human nature. Like me with my vintage keyboards here, right? Y'all know I've fucking talked a bazillion times about my vintage mechanical keyboards, but the community around vintage keyboards is very, very toxic, and it's a very, very like edgy community. Not in terms of like literally, in the terms like it's not outright edgy and racist, but it is a very, very aggressive community that avidly hates any newcomers and hates anybody who's doing anything that doesn't align with the fucking beliefs, quite literally the fucking beliefs of the people that collect them. Gated, yeah, like it like 1-to-1. It's like exact example. So there's this guy in the vintage keyboard community called Cryosran or whatever, and he does reviews of vintage keyboards. And you would think, how does somebody hate this guy, right? Who gives a fuck? He's literally a guy who you give him a keyboard and he'll just literally talk about the features of it. He is hated avidly in the community. Any of like the very active like red pill members of the community, if you ask them, they'll talk shit about him because of like his facts aren't perfect. He is like has little imperfections in his reviews of fucking IBM 5556 4236 keyboard. He said this and that and the other, and that's wrong. So they literally hate on him for that, and they'd shit on him. It's stupid as fuck, but it's a 1-to-1 exact like clone of the beliefs of 2B2T in a completely polar opposite community that has no correlation. And then you've got the modern mechanical keyboard community, and they hate each other. There's literally like this whole fucking like lore, like the modern vintage, the modern keyboard community and the vintage keyboard community. They hate each other, so they're fucking like separated from each other, and the people hate each other's opinions, and they're always back and forth talking shit about each other. Like it's just silly. Yeah, it's really LARPy. I mean, that's why I left it. There's also just a lot of people in there that, like, I'm literally hated in that community because I'm not preserving history because I buy a 40-year-old keyboard and I convert it to run on USB because I want to have the convenience and modern luxury of having, like, Spotify controls on this keyboard. But God forbid I fucking butchered it. It's not a perfect original now because I rewired it. So they hate me for that. Because I buy rare shit. You know, I've got expensive taste when it comes to keyboards. So yeah, I'll buy a $2,000 keyboard that's, you know, 1 of 10 in existence, 1 of 5 in existence, and I'll fucking convert it. Because it's a one-way thing. It's like, oh, you can't do that. The circuit board's pristine original. It's like, I'm not gonna, like, hand wire convert the fucking thing externally from DIN 5 to USB because all the protocols from the 80s really suck dick. There's very few, like, it's a good thing that they standardized, like, PS2 and DIN 5, but there's a lot of really wacky variant versions that really suck to use. You can convert them to USB. I would rather just rewire it internally so that it's just a USB-C keyboard. But they get pissed about that. It's like, oh my god, it's rare. Like, yeah, fuck off. Don't give a shit. Yeah, well, they can't convert it back because I desoldered so to do a MCU conversion, you take the original like chip inside of it, like the 40-year-old NEC chip that you know, powers the keyboard over that shitty old protocol, and you desolder it, and then you put a new one in that's like a modernized chip to change how it reads the keyboard. So So it's not reversible, or yeah, it's not reversible. It can be reversible, but that's like with a lot of time, and I don't keep the old chips. The old chips are worthless to me. So once I desolder it, I just throw it away. Opinion on Pride Month? I mean, I don't know. It's a touchy subject. But what's his name? There's this guy like Jeffree Star or whatever, right? And you guys know him. Like everybody knows him. He's like fucking trending all over everywhere. He's that guy who's kind of got wacky makeup and shit, right? And really fucking tall, looks like Slender Man. He worded it perfectly. It's like, just be who the fuck you want to be. There's no reason to have to give a shit what anybody else thinks. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Like, as edgy of a person as I come off as, I have more black friends than white friends. And they're the, like, they go to BLM protests to troll the fucking, like, protesters. I shit you not. Like, oh my god, he's a black guy. He goes to the BLM protests and starts making fun of the fucking protesters that are faces. That's the kind of position I'm in. The whole thing of like the BLM protests, Pride Month, there's no reason to give a fuck about it. If you're gay, just be gay. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's not my problem. Why should it be? Same thing with like the Black History Month. It's just it just complicates things more than they have to be. I don't know. The perfect wording for that doesn't come to mind, but I don't know. Nobody needs a month for anything. The best way to get rid of racism is to just say to hell with it, fuck it, you know? Not to spend a month hyperfixating on it and making, because that's the thing. When Pride Month comes around, people that are homophobic are more homophobic than ever on Pride Month. So if they didn't have a Pride Month, those homophobic people would just be silent and not give a fuck. It's literally a platform. It's just a platform to fucking scream your problems and frustrations. It's like telling somebody not to say a word is just going to make them want to say that word more. The best solution is if somebody says the N-word, just don't give a fuck. Don't give them attention. And then they're going to stop giving a shit either. And there's a lot of people that don't agree on that opinion, but that's my opinion on it. It's definitely not a Twitch friendly belief. But yeah, like I don't know. That's the thing. It's like canceled by who? There's nobody in this community that would disagree with that or, you know, care enough to disagree. So that's what I'm not worried about. I'm more so worried about like, because it's like, canceling doesn't matter in a community like the Anarchy or the Minecraft community. It's more like somebody like Twitch will just overlook everything and just ban me anyways. That's more the concern, is just because they would just ban you in an instant for saying shit like that, regardless of whether they agree with it or not, because they don't want, because the people that like have their problems with it shout much louder than the people that don't. So the moment you like ignore something like that, or an opinion like that, or a person saying something edgy, then the people that are frustrated with it are going, oh, we're gonna cut off your platform, we're gonna shut down Twitch. We're like, they just don't, like, they as a company don't want to deal with it. It's not that they don't agree. It's the backlash that they don't want to deal with. So they'd rather just ban one random irrelevant streamer than deal with an angry mob of 10,000 people that are going to stop giving them money. She's literally like running away from me. What the fuck? Hello, Phantom. How's it going? I don't want to be getting any skulls from you, Drar, because you're the guy who literally asked me, oh, how do I install multi-MC shit without multi-MC? How do I install bully check? How do I import a zip? How do I do this? How do I do that? You can't infer. So he doesn't, he gets to pass as well. So I didn't give you shit. Oh, I did give you shit. But, you know, it's worthy shit. You deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, the people, like, I've never had a problem with Twitch. I've never gotten a strike from them.
Not once. Because it's like, I'm not causing problems. Now, I've been on this platform for 3 years. Whoa! You are shilling? Jeez. New players, new players. Very good, very good. Impressive. But yeah, I mean, this server could actually grow really quickly and do really well if people, you know, spread the word to their friends and make group bases with their buddies, like, because I mean, this server could do really fucking well. But it's not about what version it's on. It's like, because, you know, when 1.6 was a new thing, everybody was having fun. It doesn't, like, you know, now it's like we've got all this new crap in the game, but there's no reason not to, like, because having a good time with your friends can, you know, suppress all the urges to need elytras. So when I was playing the game in 1.6, I didn't once think, oh, I need it to be easier. You just play it for what it is. And yeah, remember, if you make videos, or, you know, you should consider it. Because if you just record what the fuck you're doing, just like record random gameplay of this server and upload it to YouTube, people that enjoy 1.6 are going to find it. They've got like a fucking radar going on. Well, that's the question. Is it that's the thing. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that stuff is so easy to get? I think I'm like somewhere in the middle. Like when I see a new player, I think you shouldn't give them immediate armor and gear. Like there's nothing wrong with food and shit, but don't just give them immediately like a god sword, a god axe, ender chests, golden apples, all that stuff, because you know they'd be better off making it for themselves. And yeah, you can only be Steve in this version. There are clients that allow you to render skins properly, but because yeah, the moment you give them all that shit, they're just thinking, oh, I've got nothing to work for. And yeah, you can make God Armor in this version, like Prop 4, Respiration, Aqua Infinity, Feather Falling, like, you know, it's never going to be infinite armor. We don't have, like, mending and stuff, but it's 1.6.4. Enchanting table is randomized, and they used shared random. So you can't, like specifically the server jar that I'm running uses shared random. So you can't predict the enchantments. You can't, whatever the word is, you can't rig it. Yeah, you can't choose enchantments, and you can't do that like wacky thing with like fishing doesn't give you god stuff on here either, which I think is a good thing. 1.6 didn't have like the, because that's another thing they added in 1.7 and 1.8 or whatever is like just the ability to just fish and get enchanted books, god enchantment books out of fishing. I did make a normal SMP, and a lot of people had a lot of fun on there. A lot of people really liked the 1.2 SMP because I had an SMP that was on 1.2.5 and would incrementally update 1.2 to 1.3 to 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. Yeah. Macrochasm. Macrochasm was like the popular old server that went from beta to 1.6. But that's the reason why I opened this server is because Macrochasm closed, and that really bummed me out. I mean, if anything, I would rather people do their SMP activities on here, because you could just go out 10,000 blocks and you're playing single player. If you want to bring your friends, go for it. Beta Anarchy servers exist, but there's just so little in the game that people get bored of it really quickly. Like, you don't even have a tab. You don't have a food bar. Nothing. Still got Oreo's little prison going on here. Oh, both of these doors are broken. A lot of visitors here. Yeah, come check it out, for real. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying that Legacy Fabric has been giving them issues. So I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, that's the thing, is you gotta brainstorm what we could do here to I've been literally playing C418 every day for the past month. That's why I'm using this different playlist. It's because I played C418 8 hours this past week. If not more. Cool, see fights going 6%. Yeah. Fights on here are a lot more, you know, gear dependent. And if anything, you need to have an e-chest full of extra gear. But you don't just have shulkers full of extra gear, like an infinite supply. 1.6 Fight Club would be hilarious. Thing is though, I don't want it, like, if we do shit like that, we shouldn't just like clone, like we should have actual duels. Because like, oh, let's just copy 2B, make another 1-to-1 clone of the Fight Club, and then make it like just punching each other thing. Like, I don't know, we should actually have like PvP. PvP competitions would be hilarious. Who blew this all up? What the fuck? Yeah, it's like, oh, we need to role play and all that. Like, that's the thing. When you play a server like this, at the end of the day, you're just playing it not because you're trying to impress anybody or make a fit video or clout chase or anything. You just play this release because you want to play this release and you do whatever the fuck you feel like. Modern versions and just in general, whenever somebody opens an Anarchy server, it's like, oh, we have to make it just like 2B and we have to recreate them and all that shit. It's like, I miss when people would just make shitty bases. Because now it's like, nobody builds a base unless they want to like get a fit video or they want to make the next new mega base. And the expectation has been like, has become really high. You no longer just see people just building just to build whatever the fuck they feel like. It's like, oh, I have to make it gorgeous and enormous and all that. And then they just give up and leave. It goes nowhere. Somebody died here. Should I make a Discord bridge? Like a Discord chat and Minecraft chat bridge on here? Y'all decide. Not like Mumu, just like literally a plugin that will just synchronize the chats. I don't need to do any of that shit. Yeah, I like vanilla bases. There's always something special about vanilla bases. They're, you know, I like them a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is that's what I want people to, you know, understand. Is like, just build whatever the fuck you want. You know. There, don't feel any pressure to try and like go over the top. There's no need to. Building something is better than building nothing. Because I feel like I just end up wussying out when I'm like thinking about trying to create some new fancy shit. Don't make big obby structures. Just literally, just don't fucking, like, I don't know. Don't try to copy 2B at every fucking step of the way. That's the one thing is, I don't know. We don't need to have a sky full of fucking, like, Templar symbols and Wrath outposts. We don't need a big structure. Literally just forget 2B. Just fucking forget 2B. Don't build Fitlantis. There's a lot of new people on today. We probably got like 4 or 5 new players today. And then other people that are saying they're gonna show up, which is cool. Multiple people. There's a lot of like players in here. Almost all the withers are gone, it looks like. How the message for recent misogyny will allow this to post in chat. It fucking froze your message like, oh, I thought this, because that's hilarious that Twitch now like blocks messages in your chat. It's like, are you sure like you want this to show up when you say like thought or things like that? They must really have a problem with e-girls on here. Huzuni is good. Huzuni's good. Yeah, Crystal in 2019 was a 32k PvP server, like a arena-based PvP server. Just multi-MC. You do like the replace as jar thing, and then you just click Huzuni. Huzuni's also got built-in Optifine. So I mean, of all the clients, it's got the majority of the features you would want. It just doesn't have like chunk dupe and spawn TP, which you don't need. Oh my god, another wither. Yeah. The good old days. The obby roof is ugly as fuck. I think it's better that I tried to build the obby roof and gave up like a quarter of the way. So it's just that ugly half-built like mess. Whoa, what do you got here? What is that? Somebody's tunnel. There's got to be a portal around here. "2019 was a good time for Anarchy. Probably the best there was. But that's the thing, is a server like this could thrive on its own, like, as a server that, because it's like everything now, every server you see now is just trying to be 2B. There's a lot of potential in just making a server that's its own thing. Getting organic players that don't know or care what 2B is. I mean, that's the thing, is like nowadays you don't even see bases with swastikas in them. All you see is like the occasional new player that logs in and like throws a bunch of swastikas down at spawn. But you don't see like builds that incorporate them. Which I think definitely is like a telltale reflection of how the general stance in the community has changed. It's not like the cool, edgy thing anymore, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think also like the general Minecraft community has changed how it, like, its ways of being toxic. Now, like, the Minecraft community is still considered toxic, but in like the Dream SMP way, like Dream Stan, like edgy, like not even like edgy, like toxic asshole, like LGBTQ snowflake mentality and like cancel culture thing. Whereas like Minecraft genuinely just used to be a game full of racist people. Like the 2020 like whatever up until like 2015, 2016 community was literally just like all edgy ass people. That was just like the general consensus of the community, was like that was just the type of people that played. 4chaners, yeah, I mean. So the game's definitely shifted. And like 2016, like the DDoSing, how prevalent doxing and DDoSing was. Like edgy PvP or doxing and DDoSing type shit. It's completely different. The game's changed so much, and the players that play this game has also changed so much. Oh, by the way, guys, so if you check the announcements channel, there's a YouTube called April 2. I'm uploading all of my podcasts there because I don't want to keep my VODs on Twitch, because Twitch deletes them. And I've lost thousands of VODs to time because Twitch and its stupid 20-day rule thing. So, yeah, all my VODs will be there. Oh my god. 11 people online. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like the arms race, like automation phase of Minecraft has really kind of fucked a lot of shit up. Yo, so we've got 20 viewers and 12 people online. Do you think that some point in the future we'll fill the entire tab someday? That's gonna be a sight to see. It's the day we hit 20 people online. Well, yeah, I mean, like in 2019 there just wasn't a lot of like developers. There was like 4. So it looks like there's no more withers down this path. I'll check the next one. We're just cleaning up the highways, you know? I mean, we gotta keep them, you know, looking good, clean and all that. You don't have fly hack? Fly hack doesn't work on here unless you're in God mode. Flight works for people in God mode, and that's about it. How's the hub? Somebody randomly showed up and like reconstructed it out of obby, but it still looks like a mess of shit. To some extent, which is good. Somebody probably fucking just blew it up and then oh shit. This shit. Not bad. And it's uneven too, like somebody just like scaffolded around obby. I am having a fucking stroke. Throw some melons in there. Oh shit! You gave me a stroke, dude. Ah! I agree. Especially Minecraft. Minecraft's code is like 1.6 code in like now they've started to rewrite a lot of it, but like you can see by the way it's just, like Minecraft is a mess of code. At least in 1.6, it was a young mess of code. Whereas by like 1.18, 1.19, not even that, like 1.12, 1.13, it was an old mess of jumbled crap piled on top of jumbled crap. These releases still perform amazingly well because it's still a very fucking lightweight game at this point. So optimizing it is also really easy with all the modern knowledge we have of optimization. Making a version like this run and be able to hold 1,000 people would be fucking easy as hell. But there's no reason to, because it's not like a server like on a version like this is never going to be big to that point, not even nearly close. Having 12 people online already makes this probably the biggest server that's ever been on this release in ages. People on here is probably the most in years. I mean, imagine what Minecraft would be like if it didn't immediately thrive with such a avid community of plugin developers and minigame developers and map builders and all that. Like, this is a game that's, you know, thrived off of having such a, you know, open community and open source community and all that. And just a creative community in that term, you know? Like, Minecraft's like Mojang's modern mentality and Microsoft's mentality is like, they don't even have, like, when you buy an like official Realm server from Mojang, like a server hosted by Mojang, you don't even have plugins. You can't install plugins. That's the fucking game Microsoft wants you to play, is Minecraft without plugins. They're fucking joking. They're fucking joking if they think people... They unironically think they could just monetize the game like, oh, imagine if plugins didn't exist. The game wouldn't be shit without plugins. The game wouldn't have grown as big as it did if it didn't have multiplayer with plugins. Nobody would have bought this game. Not nearly as many people would have bought this game if it was just vanilla single player. $29 didn't grief it. 2953 is a different person. You're literally like perked up, Mr. Drawer. It's been very clear that that's not 29. Who is Hoppa? A new player. No way. New player. New player alert. But yeah, invite your friends. If y'all got IRL friends that played Minecraft or have played Minecraft or might play Minecraft, just literally like get them to hop on here. It's a cracked server. If they don't own Minecraft, I would be surprised if they don't own Minecraft. But if they don't, tell them to just fucking hop on here. Fuck it. Get them on the cracked multi-MC launcher and get them on 1.6. Make a base with your friends. That's how this server will grow big as fuck. Not helpless though. After getting famed by the Linux community and buying GitHub, Microsoft has endorsed a lot of open source projects. Well, yeah, that's the new guy, Satya Nadella or whatever. Good guy. But it's like, I don't think they're being virtuous with the like stuff that they're doing. It's more so because I think that they're trying to look for new ways to monetize those types of people. For real. Yeah, I mean, Microsoft is like the last type of, they're definitely not the kind of people who would, be doing that just to do it. They've been like the farthest from open source since their incarnation. They've been proprietary and preaching proprietary software ever since the 80s. I've still got like 5150 cards for my IBM shit that's got like old Microsoft stuff. They don't like compatibility. they're like the last thing they would do is try to make it a resilient addition to your computer that you don't need to buy a whole new system to use.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like a lot of the glitches that have come about
From Minecraft being a shittily coded game has made it the fun game that it is. Is the wackiness of it, you know? That's a big ass tab for real. I mean, it's hard to believe that, like, in its early days, in the incarnation, whatever the word is, like the beginning of 2B2T, when it was like a 1.0 server, they were hitting high ass player counts. I guess because that was like, you know, they were probably one of the few really, you know, out there, like, you know, multiplayer servers. I guess it was a much smaller competition, you know, playing field and shit like that. But a lot of it was also just people inviting their friends. You are so funny. Just dig around it. Fuck that. I'm not cleaning that up. Who's that guy that I keep killing? Yuki. Are you still in Brownman? Brownman hasn't existed in two and a half years. And no, I was never a member. I just hung out with Hycool. One second, I'm gonna... Being in a small network with you guys today? For real. Brownman Log4j? That, like, the members that, like, Redstoner and, like, 2 other members of Brownman do still exist and play the game. But it, like, the group itself has been gone for a long time. It's like now they've got, like, their little, like, duplicate, like, Redstoner's henchmen type shit. Where do you host a server? I've got a server rack in my bedroom. So like it's the server itself, the main server is running on a 32 gig RAM 5800X AMD like $2,000 server. And then the like the proxy, like the bungee cord and the password validation server are hosted on Vulture cloud hosting, because those don't need powerful servers. This doesn't need a powerful server, but it needs, you know, like it's got like 4 gigs of RAM allocated to it. But the bungee cord and the password validation server, they just have like 768 megabytes of RAM allocated each. Yeah, well, my IP is protected because the bungee cord, which connects this server and the password validation server together, that's the IP you connect to, and that's a cloud-based server. So it connects to my home server on the back end, which players do not see. Oh, he was right behind me. You gotta just fucking hunt down Yuki, for real. Just harass Yuki. That's the name of the game, is find this guy and just repeatedly kill him until he gets annoyed. No. Because it acts as a proxy. Like the bungee cord, effectively, that handles all the request processing. It's like a middleman. We should make another spawn base. Yeah, for real. My keyboard doesn't. Oh no, it. Oh yeah, some of the labels on here are different. Oh yeah, a lot of them are. All right, well, I'm thinking I'm gonna end the stream here for now, and then I'm just gonna like mess around on the server and fix some other stuff on the server side, because I need to fix terrain generation today, and I want to make that Discord bridge. So yeah, I'm gonna stay online. I'm just not gonna stream. I'll stream tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. Wrong layout? No, my keyboard just literally has different legends on it, because there wasn't a symbol standardization in the 80s. How do you go fixing something like that? Terrain Control is a 2013 plugin that effectively allow you to change like everything about how terrain generates. Like, so you can make like floating island terrain. You can make like nether terrain not have a roof. You could pretty much just change anything at all about the terrain in that version. And it's also just got a convenient mode where you can just set it to do default terrain generation and change the rarity percentages. But yeah. I will see y'all later. Fortnite.